Hey guys, Civilard here, back again with another review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 Lord Draguul. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as said before, today we're taking a look at Lord Draguul. He is part of the Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 wave, which, to my understanding, is all wrapped up as far as shipping goes. You should be receiving yours any day now if you haven't already. But, like my other Mythic Legions reviews this past week, we're going to be breaking down the aesthetics and articulation of this guy as he comes out of the package. And I will say, the Four Horsemen decided to mix things up on us. They usually put the more Motu-inspired heads on the figures in the packaging. This time, they didn't do that. They put the helmeted heads, so that's kind of interesting. So taking a look at him here, he is part of Ilithia's Brood, which is the vampire faction. Lots of Ilithia's Brood characters coming out. It's nice to see him flushing out the ranks of the vampires as far as a faction goes, because there really wasn't a ton of them before, but really cool looking character. I wouldn't be surprised though if this guy kind of breaks off from Ilithia's Brood and joins like Sons of the Red Star, because it seems like he's a bit of a lone wolf and is going to form possibly an evil horde type group as far as the lore of Mythic Legions goes. But looking at him here, he's got the very vibrant blue skin going on. It's really cool. And like the rest of the wave, he shops at the same armor store, Armor Mart. Yeah, he's basically Malleus with skin and a different loincloth piece. He's got the furry loincloth to kind of replicate the old Motu figures, which is pretty cool. He's got some red on the chest to kind of replicate that horde emblem that was on his chest armor. He's got these blue hands, which are armored hands, so I don't know if these are supposed to be his hands or just armor, but it'd be kind of cool if he had scales of some kind. And then he's got the more traditional style Knight's helmet, which in all honesty kind of reminds me of the Black Knight from Scooby-Doo. It's kind of funny. It's got the little bat on top as well, or the kind of dragon to implement the horde bat, or imp, if that's what you want to call it. And I will say, if you pop this guy's noggin off, which can be easier said than done sometimes, occasionally pull the neck peg out, he's got a skeleton neck in there. Excuse me. And that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be kind of like a Frankenstein monster type character, like what was it, Krona, the Trapjaw homage, which I do have. If you watched my Zazar review and Malleus reviews, he made an appearance in both of those. He's also got this gorget, which is supposed to kind of replicate his bone collar a little bit, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I like the aesthetics on this guy. Really nice colors. I think this might be my favorite Motu style Mythic Legions figure. I don't have them all. I don't have Adamon or Keltis or Kauros or Melina or Unken, I think is supposed to be the Man-at-Arms one. I don't know. It was an orc kind of Man-at-Arms type colors. I would like to get those. I hope they do All-Stars wave with some of those in it. I can still get Kauros and Melina off BBTS though, I believe, so I'll have to pick them up there. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff going on with these Motu style characters. I really like it. So, articulation on this guy though, really good range in the head with that skeleton neck. You can look up all the way. Like, that's the best upward movement next to Malleus in this wave. Lots of tilt too, despite the fact he's got this collar piece. And he can rotate side to side as well. Shoulders go out to the side, back down, forward and back. Single hinge at the elbow, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the gauntlet, swivel at the wrist, hinge in the wrist. Ball joint in the torso, moves all around. Hips kick out to the side, again, better than Spider-Man. Back down, forward, back, thigh cut, single joint at the knee, swivel at the knee, swivel at the foot, as well as a hinge and a rocker, as well as peg holes on the bottom of the feet, in case you want to use a stand of any kind. So yeah, really awesome figure, but he looks even better with his accoutrements. So, with that being said, get him back into focus here. Let's move on to the accessories. Alrighty. Moving on to the accessories, and Lord Draguul does come with a really decent spread, possibly the best spread of the wave. Although there is one thing that does kind of perplex me a bit. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's just get this out of the way, because this is almost as boring as the strap. Now, he comes with the same shoulder pads as everyone else. Alrighty. Just get those out of here. He also comes with, of course, the strap. It's got the little loop in it. And he also comes with this little axe here, which apparently on the PowerCon one, the skull doesn't come off, but on this one it does, so I'm not sure why that is. Also on the packaging, the indentation for this piece is actually there. So you're not missing anything, just look in the baggies. But this skull, if you notice, is painted to look like Imp from the Filmation cartoon, which I have mixed feelings about that Filmation cartoon. I will argue it is better than the Power Rangers series. Take it a little bit more seriously. That's a inside joke for those of you not familiar. But yeah, this looks really cool. I really like this. Even though that's not practical for a skull, you could just say it's a severed head. If you want to go full-blown gnarly with it. But it's the same axe that the, the Goblin Legion builder comes with. Whoa! And, the skull does fit on there pretty good. It's got a little hole on the top. So yeah, that's cool. I believe, Imp is supposed to shapeshift into things, so that's why they did that. Next up, he comes to the crossbow, which is red, kind of homage the, I'm going to call BS. The vintage toy was white, but red is a Horde color. It's got the string, but no arrow whatsoever. So I'm not really sure why they did that, but I'm not going to use this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does. It's kind of silly to include a crossbow and not an arrow. Then next up, he's got this awesome shield, which, looking at it, kind of looks like the Four Horsemen skull. Got the eyes, the nose at the bottom, little ears. I don't know. Kind of looks like it. This is where the teeth would go. I think this is a Dark Elves style shield, or the vampires use those. And then he's got the handle. Oh! He's got the handle, which pegs into the back. Because screw those clips. Screw them. That looks awesome. You can have it this way or this way. This way probably takes up less space, but it is going to droop over time if the grip starts to loosen. So there's that. Then last, actually not last, but close to last, we have the Carpathia head repainted to look like Hordak. So it's got the red eyes, the red teeth. I don't know if I would have went with the red teeth, even though it is accurate to Hordak anyways. He's got some blue on the top of his noggin too, so that's cool, but really, really cool. I had to heat the crap out of this to get it to fit on the neck peg. without it being too tight. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Your mileage may vary, as they say, but I did have to heat mine up. But now, last but not least, he does come with this little cape, which I actually took off for this review. You'll see tomorrow for the Dorino review. It's going to be a little bit different. But I took it off because those peg holes are freaking huge. So it's really easy to actually get this on him. It's not too much of a hassle. So I do appreciate that. Very much so. But with that being said, let's gear him up and take a look at some size comparisons. And before we take a look at some size comparisons, here is Lord Draguul, decked out in his accoutrements. He's got the big old shield there. It's a little imp axe. Again, I really like the paint apps on the skull. Really reminds me of that Filmation look for imp. He's got the same shoulder pads as everyone else in the wave, every male figure anyways, and his cool red cape, which has the more comic booky vampire style points on it. Get back over here. And then top that off with that redecoed Carpathius head to give it that overall Hordak look. And you got one bad looking mofo. So, with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here is Lord Draguul, next to a couple other Motu-inspired Mythic Legions figures I have. Got Purplor on the left and Krauna on the right, both of which were available in the Wasteland wave. And just to compare shields quick, here is Purplor's, here is Draguul's. Draguul's is a little bit more straight black, while Purplor's is a little bit more on the kind of caramel gold side. And other than these two, I'm not sure of any other figures that have those shields, so that's something to note. Up next, here he is next to the other Motu-inspired figure from this wave. Got the She-Ra homage with Dorina on the left, and Carpathius on the right. He was from the last All-Stars wave, and he is also the figure that Lord Draguul gets the more Hordak-inspired head from. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, Brother Mandibulus on the left, and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn on the right. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while the Motu-inspired figures from Mythic Legions are not my favorites by any means, I will say their novelty is quite nifty, and this one in particular is up there as being one of my favorites, the other one being Krona from the Wasteland wave. Top that off with the cool redeco they gave to a bunch of 1.0 parts. I mean, he's got the cool blue limbs, the awesome black armor with the red, blue, and silver highlights, that awesome redeco of the Carpathius head, and then some 2.0 weapons with the cool homage to Imp as far as that axe goes, and the quote-unquote most badass-looking shield, in my opinion, the Blade Shield, with the infamous shield handle, as well as a few other little interesting things like his blue hands and skeleton neck peg. I don't know, I find those a little bit more interesting than just giving him the normal neck peg or making the hands black. Kind of adds a little bit of mystique to this character. Is he a Frankenstein monster? Is he part machine? We don't know, but that's the fun thing about Mythic Legions. That, and it's nice to kind of flush out Ilithia's Brood, which up until this point was a pretty small faction as far as numbers go, so there's that too. But with that being said, I would highly recommend you pick this guy up. He is a very awesome figure and probably one of the best from the wave, which I'm going to say right now is probably the best All-Stars wave we've ever gotten, even though the last one did have Atlas the Conqueror, Pixis, who else was in there? Vorgus Vermilius, and Attila Leonisir, I believe that's what his name is. That was a really solid wave, but this one, on top of having some really cool reissues, a variant of the Stone Troll, and a couple of Motu homages, I think that just completes the package right there. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is the norm for the All-Stars figures going forward. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Remember, it's free, so do me a solid and help me out by clicking those buttons down below. Also, shout out to the Mythic Legions Cabal for being awesome as usual. Walter Hagen, Elliot Leo, Jeremy Gerard, Four Horsemen Studios themselves, the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me / Legions cast crew. All awesome people over on that group. Check them out. They are on Facebook. Again, they had some merch. Not sure if that's still a thing or not, but I'm sure they will be making more in the future. And we still have one more figure to talk about as far as this All-Stars wave goes, and that is going to be Dorina, or as I like to call her, Dorina Dorito. Don't judge me. But with that said, don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section below. Let me know what you think of this guy, if you have bought multiples to use for custom fodder, because I know a few people who are actually doing that. Or if you like the new style of cape. It's a little bit tricky to get on, but it's a lot better as far as how easy it is to get on. It's easy to get on, but it's a little tricky to figure out at first. I will say, though, on mine, they did cut the hole a little bit close to the edge, so hopefully that doesn't tear in the future, but I don't intend on taking that off. And as always, remember, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. But wait, there's more! Just wanted to show you guys this quick, because damn it, it looks so freaking badass. I decided to put Lord Draguul here on the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Death Metal Bat Cycle, and this is a match made in hell, man. Definitely not heaven, but hell. Alrighty. Catch you guys later.